Hello everyone. Can you see the screen which is there? The screen that I've shared, if you could just give me an update, if you could see it. Also, if you could hear me properly.
Yes, I can hear you and I can see you.
Okay, good. And the screen,
Yes.
the PowerPoint presentation that you can see on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Great. I will just wait for a couple of minutes. I think I'm waiting for a couple of more guys to join in. Then we'll start.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, let's start. Let the others join in as we start. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. First, would like to apologize on Dilip sir's behalf. Sir was supposed to take the class today, but due to a COVID situation in his family, he couldn't make it. He had to rush to the hospital. So that's the reason I had to fill in. Okay. Today, what we are doing is we are doing an overview and an introduction to the certificate course that you guys are going to pursue. It's a certificate course in your personal fitness training course, right? As you could see the logos that are there on the screen right now, the University of Mumbai, the first logo. So the certificate that you will receive as and when you finish your course, you will have a logo which is the University of Mumbai. Okay, that itself gives the certificate a great accreditation, right? It will be conducted when you are in Mumbai. It will be jointly conducted with the BPCA college, which is the college which is affiliated to the Mumbai for physical education. This is the college for physical education, which is at Wadala, Mumbai. So if you are from Mumbai, or you might visit Mumbai for the practical training course, which will happen subsequently. It will happen at Wadala at the BPCA college. We have the EREPS, the right hand side corner, if you could see bottom. That's the European Registered of Exercise Professionals. Now, EREPS is useful for work in UK, in UAE, and other different countries that you could see. Just give me a moment. Just a moment. Sorry for that. Just a moment. Someone's entering in. Okay. 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 So as I was saying, EREPS, which is considered or which is useful in many countries like the UK, the Australia, UAE. So we are providing with EREPS UAE EREPS with the certificate. So if you want to work anywhere in UAE, you will be able to do it, which is a level 4. So levels are generally, when you go for work abroad, they'll consider you according to your certifications as well as your experience. They'll consider you for different levels for personal training, for a personal trainer's job. And accordingly, the salary packages, the personal training cuts will keep on changing. The ratios, personal training ratios will keep on changing. Okay, so it is considered as a level 4 certificate. We are also accredited with the IQ Lifestyle, which is again a UK course, which was done through UAE. So was done in Dubai, right? So these are all the accreditations that you get. So when you complete your fitness trainer course, you'll be not only accredited or not only be recognized in India, but it will be also recognized abroad, right? This is very important. What people do normally is they join some certificate course for just for the sake of it, just for the card, so that they can show that they're a personal trainer. But then they should also understand the value of it. If you go abroad or if you go to a certain gym chain which is reputed, they'll need people from reputed or accredited personal training academies, right? So just for you to understand, the certificate that you'll acquire is properly accredited, not even in India, but also abroad, right? Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, so University of Mumbai certificate course for personal fitness trainer. Main certification by Mumbai University, grade A, 5-star NAC ranking, UGC, which is the government of India. So that is what you get, the first main certificate. With your main certificate, you'll also get a lot of different workshop certificate courses, which will be like the functional training course, the plyometrics, the heart train, which is the suspension training course, right? So if you go, for example, if you go to different gyms and tell them that you are certified fitness trainer, not only that, you're also certified as a functional training coach as well as plyometrics. So you have the opportunity to work there as a fitness trainer, as well as you could conduct classes, group classes or individual classes with functional training and plyometrics background. So you can market yourself in the gym as you're taking class for your functional training as well as plyometrics group classes, right? So these are the advantages that you get. Next, jointly conducted with BPCA College of Physical Education, the college that I told you about in Wadala. Accredited level 4 EREPS personal training course since November 2007. As I said, the levels, according to that, your salary packages will be decided. According to that, the ratio of personal training cuts that you get for a personal training that you acquire from the gym, right? In UAE, Ccpft students who hold RPL and EREPS Level 4 can also approach UAE REPS for full status CAT card, CAT A card, right? So if you have to work abroad in UAE, you will need this. Without this, there is no way that you can get the job in Dubai or, say, for example, any UAE country. Ccpft, Skill India, RPL plus EREPS accepted in 45 countries. India, the best place for fitness. Private sector, gyms, hotels, hospitals, schools, colleges, sports clubs, sports academies, etc. So we are not only looking for jobs in our normal commercial gyms, there are also gyms in clubs, hospitals, schools, a lot of hotels nowadays, and different sports academies as well. We have sports and conditioning coaches which are affiliated to a lot of sports teams as well. So we have sports team like the IPL, for the basketball leagues, for kabaddi leagues, right? So once you do these certifications, you are also entitled to work with such things. Normally what happens is gym का हो जाता है, हाँ gym के लिए काम करना है. Only work with fat loss or only work with muscle gain. बाकी सब चीजें क्या है, right? There are things like rehab training. So if somebody goes for a surgery, he to get his life back, or to say normally a knee surgery ho gaya, to just walk properly, he'll have to get through a training. Physios एक point तक help कर सकते हैं कि उधर pain नहीं है. But to develop strength, you will require a rehab trainer, a trainer who can make the joints, the ligaments, the tendons, the muscles around that particular surgered knee strong. Only then he'll be able to get to his normal life, right? So there are n number of things that you can do. Gym ka kaam, ya gym job or a personal trainer is just one kind of job that you can do with a fitness trainer's course. The other things are n number of things that you can do, right? You can go to corporates and start doing your stuff. You can work with a lot of different, as I said, sports teams. You can work with a lot of clubs to make them understand. You can work with a lot of schools where you can do say summer camps, small summer camps that they run, right? So again, as I said, an n number of job opportunities you can acquire with accredited certification. And the way we teach, or the way we have made a course, is such that we can cater to a lot of different kind of clientele, not only, as I said, a fat burning or a muscle gain wala client, but we can cater to n number of clientele, right? Okay, we can have jobs at defense forces as well as government, accepted in 45 countries. In fact, EREPS is now in 80 countries. European Union, 30 countries, including Germany, France, Italy, Spain, etc. Middle East, including UAE REPS, Qatar REPS, etc. Right? So again, as I said, we have any number of things that will come up. Once you have cleared a certification, you'll be given a login to our website. You will have a exercise library that you can choose a lot of different exercises, not only with your normal weight gym training exercises, but we have included with plyometrics, functional training, outdoor trainings, everything that we have included, right? So you'll have a lot of library. Also, once you complete the course, as and where there are vacancies, we'll be putting that across as well. Okay, we'll start doing that regularly now through our Instagram account as well. So people who are certified with us or who have done our certification are entitled to go abroad as well if there are job vacancies there. That will keep posting, right? Okay, let's go ahead. Now the faculty that will teach you. Again, my name is Ratnadeep, I'm there. We have Vinita Menon, we have Saima Khan, Dr. Meenakshi, Amruta Deshmukh, and many more. These are the ones who have been working with us for a very long time now. Right? We have many other coaches and teachers who have joined us. There are faculty who work with a lot of sports teams, Sports Authority of India. Many are there who come and give their inputs, the workshops that we conduct. not only with national faculty, but also a lot of international faculty comes in. We are scheduled to do a few workshops this year as well. We had done pre-COVID, we had done with an international faculty that we have, Dr. Ian Jeffrey, okay, who has worked with a lot of sports teams, have a lot of books to his name, had come to India, had done, I think, 4 or 5 workshops throughout India in different cities, the limited time that he had there, and then he moved. So he's again coming here. We are planning to start a new sports conditioning course as well. A few things will be added to this course, and a new specialized course will be added, right? So we have a lot of things that are lined up. Okay, as I said, just gym training या फिर वही अपना लेके बैठो तो फिर the clientele will be limited. Once you understand fitness as a science, you'll be able to cater a lot of different clientele, be it corporate clients, be it rehab clients, as I said, be it sports person. As how can I give a squat to a guy who is just doing nothing and just doing his corporate work? Kaisa dena hai usko? Someone who is a housewife, how will a squat help her? What is the functionality for a squat as an exercise for her? Right? ये सब चीजें sports person के लिए कैसे देंगे same squat form? Someone who has come out of surgery, how will you give the same squat form? What are the different things that you will assess first? What are the different things that you will analyze for your client? All these things will be taught, right? We are not only just telling you 1 2 3 4 अपने पास 10 या 15 या 20 exercises है, उसमें से choose करो, उसमें से weight लो और फिर चालू करो. No, we have to learn a lot of different concepts. We'll give you an infrastructure of exercises upon which you can build a lot of different things on it. Right? एक outline है exercise का. Those are the things that you will see. Again, you can build your own things. You should be able to understand how do you change certain things depending upon the clientele that you have in front of you. If somebody, right, as I said, for example, a छोटा example ले लो, आज client के घर पे गया, he is not feeling too well. सुबह से not eaten too many meals, थोड़ा सा खाया, very this, but he didn't want to miss the session. So आज गए, energy levels low है, कैसे करेंगे? How do you go about taking training then? What are the different exercises you will take? अपने को, we have to make sure that the exercise is done properly. Whatever, that session has to be done properly, but also make sure that we understand what is the current situation right now. So how will you tackle such problems? All these things we will discuss during the course of action, right? Okay, experience over 10 years each, proven credentials in exercise science and sports, bodybuilding, qualified, master trainer, master's degree, MBA, focus awards, UK level 3, tutors, assessors, IQA, the IQ lifestyle award that we're talking. My name is Ratnadeep. I'll just introduce again. My name is Ratnadeep. I've started my career as a mechanical engineer. I'm B Mechanical from KJ Somaya College of Engineering, Mumbai. Then I shifted my base to fitness, as sports and fitness and workouts were my passion. So I thought, let's try and do something in this and see if I can excel in it. So I started my career with fitness with Dilip sir. I did my course with ISSA. I did certain other courses as well. I started working with him in his gym as a personal trainer, and then was given other opportunities to lead the team, to be the floor manager. Then I started teaching as a faculty, and I've traveled throughout India, teaching different courses, different workshops everywhere. The workout library that I was talking about, the exercise library. So I've built the library, directing the exercises. How do you go about the right forms? What are the different things that the trainers will need in terms of if he gets stuck in something? So abhi jaise online training zyada kar rahe hum log. So what are the different things that we can do at home? If we say, for example, ek mahina ho gaya, we still doing the same things again and again. And if the client understands these are the things that we have to do, why will he hire you? Okay, right? So he has to understand that it is difficult for him to work out without you. Correct? So you need to have a lot of different exercises in hand, different techniques that you will do. different different situations that you will tackle. That's the only way you will show your value to that personal training session or that personal training client, right? So these are the different things. That's the reason we had built a huge library of exercises. uh, then I started working with sir as faculty. I am managing a few gyms. We are still doing a lot of corporate work, and we are again trying a lot of corporate gyms as well. So um, once you finish your certificate course, you might get an opportunity to work with us as well, right? So again, n number of things that you have once you finish a certification. It is not that certificate होने के बाद मैं क्या करूँ क्या नहीं, you are stuck on it. I am there, Dilip sir is there, many other faculties are there. You can consult with them. If you want to start your own stuff, how do you go about doing it? If you want to do any corporate stuff, what are the drafts that you'll require? How do you present yourself as a fitness professional? How will you make them understand that the need of fitness for the company, right? So all these things are there, will help you with it, correct? We have Professor Vinita Menon, which is head of faculty for nutrition. Again, Focus Awards level 3, have done Saima Khan, master trainer for Pilates TDC. So we have another complete course for Pilates as well. There's one class that will be included here as well. Well, all the information will be given in terms of for Pilates. So if you guys are interested in Pilates, Pilates का एक आपको जैसे एक first class हो जाएगा. उसके बाद if you want to have a certificate course for Pilates as well, a full certificate course, you can join this Pilates course too. We have Dr. Meenakshi, who is Assistant Professor Physiotherapy, SAI, which is the Sports Authority of India. Amruta Deshmukh, National Faculty for Sports and Performance, national and international level triathlete, cycling and swimming. And then we have Dilip Heble. Sir has been working since probably 35 to 40 years. Sir has been managing many gyms. Many gyms, done a lot of different work with police academy, a lot of athletes. We started with our courses. We were working with ISSA. We recently cut ties because they have started their own different stuff too. So again, we have a lot of different things that are lined up too, as I said, with a lot of corporate gyms, with a lot of different clubs. So again, the opportunity to work is always there. Right? Okay, let's go ahead. Now, what will the course look like? CCPFT, Intensive Theory Exercise Science. Okay, informative theory and its practical application online teaching. So again, theory to hey, theory will teach you how to go about things. We'll have practical training to how to apply those theory that we have learned. Very important. Certificate तो है अपने पास, लेकिन how do you apply when training a client? That will teach you. Once you are, or probably once you start with the class, you'll be ready. If you have not already, you will be ready to start taking clients from there. I started as well. Before I could just finish my certificate, as I said, I was an engineer. So before I could finish the certificate course, the way I was picking up in terms of knowledge, in terms of theory, practicals, everything, I started getting clients before I could just get my certificate as well. Right? So a lot of different things you can start before even getting your certificate. So I'll be teaching you practical training. So advanced strength training, I'll be taking you through functional training, I'll be taking you through plyometrics. I'll be sharing a lot of information about how do you go about teaching, training a lot of different kinds of clientele. So not only normal clientele, people with medical issues, some common things like the elbow injury है किसी को, spondylitis issue है, frozen shoulder है, lower back problems है, knee issues है. How do you tackle about going through it? How do you will be also going through your first interaction with the client. Okay, if you guys are from fitness background, you know you have to have an interaction with the client the first time that you meet to make them understand that you are capable enough to tackle their issues. right? They come with generalized things like six pack act banana hai, या फिर I have a problem, I have to deal with it. I'm overweight, I have to reduce weight. I am very skinny, I want to pack in some muscles or pack in some weight, right? Then you analyze कि बाबा ये है, तो उसके बाद अपने को क्या करना है? What is the next step? What are the things that we have to tell him? For example, if somebody tells you he has a lower back problem, you have to make him understand why is the lower back problem or what are the different symptoms of a lower back problem. उसके बाद, how do you tackle a lower back problem issue? Right? You will have to first make him understand that this is the way to go ahead and then start taking this training. Correct? First, he has to understand, as I said, he has to understand that you're capable enough of taking the session or tackling the problem, basically. Right? You won't just take the certificate and certificate दे दो, हाँ ये मेरा certificate, personal training हो गया, मेरा course हो गया, so I am capable enough to do it. No, right? We have a lot of people with certificate in their hand as personal trainers. What differentiates between 1 and 2 is how do you apply yourself? क्या है? Are you able to tackle the issue in hand? Right? So all these things will be taken care of. As I said, how do you interact with the client for the first time when you meet him at the interview stage? How do you get that particular personal training is what also we'll be teaching you, right? So your communication skills, what are the right technique to speak? क्या क्या ये करना है? We'll be taking care of that as well, right? So anatomy, physiology, kinesiology, biomechanics, how do you understand exercise ka biomechanics? How will you change a certain exercise for a certain client, right? It is called personal training. So we are doing a personalized training. ऐसे नहीं कि ये client को जो दिया है वो दूसरे client को भी वही suit करेगा. No, we have to keep changing things. Height के हिसाब से there will be different kind of exercises. Body के हिसाब से there will be different kind of exercises. Current fitness level के हिसाब से there will be different kind of exercises. The rep range, repetition कितना देना है. What are different things? So scientifically proven things. Then we also apply logic. Simple, right? Theory fitness, 16 into 8, 16 types of fitness goals. And usko achieve karne ke liye we have 8 training technologies. So again, as I said, we have different things. Somebody wants muscle बढ़ाना है, किसी को weight घटाना है, किसी को six pack ही चाहिए, किसी को सिर्फ they want to work out and be happy, right? Simple things. Posture corrections है. A lot of people have low back issues, या फिर kyphosis है, lordosis है, spine issues है, shoulder mismatch. Very common things that you can see nowadays. The clientele that है. अभी फिलहाल COVID के बाद there are many situations where endurance, aerobic endurance has gone for a toss. जो COVID से recover होके आए हैं. I have a lot of clients at the club that I manage. I have a lot of clients who have been hospitalized for COVID, and the way they were training earlier and the way they are training right now has a vast difference. पहले आराम से 30-40 minutes they used to do cardio, good amount of cardio, good amount of treadmill, but then अभी वही 10 मिनट या 15 मिनट के पहले ही थक जाते हैं. They get breathless, they can't walk more, right? So aerobic endurance has gone for a complete toss because of the gap. Gyms were closed and everything, no workout, no physical activity at all. Uske wajah se everything has gone for a toss. So how do you tackle such issues? How do you go about doing things? Pehla thing to hai, how do you mentally make them understand that you are ready to take them as a client and start tackling the issue, which is very important, right? That is the first thing that they do. When they look at you, they have a certain perception. If you look like a bodybuilder, acha ye bodybuilding kiya hua hai, that is their perception. If somebody doesn't look like a bodybuilder, looks like an athlete, okay, this. The way you speak, the way you communicate, they'll have certain perceptions about you. Then the way you answer the questions that they give you, right? The problems, as I said, lower back issue, kya hai? How will you tackle it? Frozen shoulder, this, how will you tackle it? Right? We have to give them a time frame as well. People will ask you, अगर ये है तो कितना time लगेगा? वो है तो कितना time लगेगा? Right? You have to set realistic goals as well. these are the things, these are the stuff. So थोड़ा सा time frame देना पड़ेगा. Then you make them understand about nutrition as well. So a personal trainer should also know things about nutrition, supplementation. That will be tackled as well in this course. We'll have a diet and nutrition sessions too. You should know how to read labels. Okay, if you have two supplements, how do you differentiate between the two supplements? Why is this expensive? Why is this not expensive? Different things, as we said, again, we'll be tackling all that during the course. Fitness for special population, as we have discussed, the blood pressure hai, how will you tackle them? Anything other, asthma hai, how will you tackle them? Spondylitis hai, how will you tackle it? Fitness conditioning for sports, strength and conditioning, kaise karna hai? How will you train a cricketer? How will you train a football guy? क्या क्या मसल्स इन्वॉल्व है, क्या क्या मसल ग्रुप्स के साथ वर्क करना है अपने को इस पे, राइट? Fitness pre-assessment and assessment. How do you assess a client? Right? We have just recently shot an assessment. How do you do measurements? How do you understand the range of motion? How do you understand the vertical jump? Different things so that you assess them right. Okay, so that once I take a personal training of a client, he knows what the current status is. But if you show them on paper, this was your measurements, this was your heart rate, resting heart rate, all the things that we have mentioned, endurance kya hai, one rep max kya tha, uske baad the next assessment that we do, probably 1 month, 1.5 month, whatever we are doing, uske baad hum log on paper, unko dikh raha hai ki changes hai, but then they want to see things on paper. Pehle itna tha, abhi itna hai, okay, we are gradually going. What that gives us as well, the training methodologies that we are using, the training style that we are using is helping us to go to that particular fitness goal, right? The exercise, anything that we make, the programming that we do, again, has to be focused on the goal that we want, the fitness goal that we want, right? We can't just keep training and apne samne kuch goal nahi hai. We are chasing a goal, 6-pack ab, okay, this is how you go about it. If you want to go muscle building, kya karna hai? If you want to do weight loss, kya karna hai? Right? So this assessment also makes us understand that whatever we are doing is going in the right direction. And then we keep continuing. Periodization of program development, as we have discussed, online personal training new. So again, what are the things that are available at home? What are the things that you will use and make the training more fun, more useful, also getting to that fitness goal? Limited resources hai apne paas घर पे, but what are the things that you will make use of and get to that fitness goal? Personal training and management in COVID-19 environment, business and legal issues, right? How do you, as we have already discussed, how do you go about doing a certain thing? If you want to put up your own gym, what are the different things required? If you want to do corporate training, corporate programs, what are the different things you'll do, right? We'll make sure that you are at par so that you understand all these things and you go about doing it, right? Theory and practice of strength, advanced strength training level 1, principles of diet and nutrition, knowledge delivery. It will be thorough. Webinars. This is online face-to-face teaching, internationally accepted from March 1 to March 10 approximately. Guided online home study and practice, home assignments, video submissions. When lockdown and social distancing regulations permit, in-person classroom teaching in Mumbai on Sundays starting end of March. As I said, we'll be doing it at BPCA Vadala. We have other gyms which we are affiliated to as well in other cities. So Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Bhopal, Chandigarh, Hyderabad, Indore, Kolkata, Ranchi. So everywhere it is scheduled. Again, depending upon the COVID situations, COVID movement, transportation kaise hai, uske hisab se we'll keep it and we'll keep on updating you kaise hai, kya chal raha hai. Right? Okay, let's go ahead. Okay. Now, Ccpft teaches intensive practical training online and after lockdown permits, classroom training. right? The whole purpose of we doing a certificate course is how we would like to tackle the clients or how we would like to reach the clients, right? So as I said, once you start the course, you'll be ready to take the clientele or you'll be ready to take person training. I have known a lot of people who have finished a lot of different courses as well. Masters किया हुआ है कुछ certificates, master's certificate है, but how they are still afraid to go and tackle a client. They are still afraid to uh, approach clients or speak to them and get that person in. They don't have that confidence in them. Again, what this would give you, the certificate course would give you, is the confidence with your knowledge, the way you speak to the client, right? In certain scenarios, you don't even have to give the certificate, right? अगर किधर submission है या फिर they have to check the validity and all that is a different kind of thing. But if you meet a personal client and if you're speaking to them, uh, I think 9 out of 10 won't ask you your certificate. The way you speak, the way you go about your things, the way you explain them and make them understand what are you going to do, that itself is a stamp that you're certified, right? In our fitness industry, the people who can speak properly is not even 50%, right? We have n number of coaches, n number of bodybuilders, but again, when it comes to communication, it is a huge gap. How do you go about speaking to the client or rapport building with the client? Very important, very important. And all these things will tackle you. These are the things I start up with because I know once I started from my mechanical engineering background, when I started into fitness, what are the things that I understood? What are the things that I did? What are the things that the best practices that you can do? Simple, certain things that you can keep following. Again, you'll have your own stuff as well. But if you have, as I said, an infrastructure or say an outline to go about things, it will become easier. Correct? Okay. We have advanced strength training level 1, personal trainers, textbook plus video clips. We have functional strength training. How do you train? So what are the difference as well? Advanced strength training and functional training में difference क्या है? We'll go about letting you know what are the difference. You will understand it, right? When you talk as well, sometimes client will ask you, कौन क्या sort of training करने वाले हम लोग? What are the different things that we'll do? Gym training. Normally, what people will tell them, gym training. No, we have different things that we do. So if you speak with things like advanced strength training, we'll also train you with functional training, plyometrics. We'll do body weight training with suspending your body suspension training. So again, all these things create an impact when you speak to the client for the first time, right? That is when they understand, yes, he's the one who can train me, or I'm very sure that he can tackle my problem. And once he has that trust in you, the process becomes easier, right? We are just training the client for say 45 minutes or 1 hour, depending upon his schedule. Week में शायद 3 या 4 या 5 time मिलेंगे, depending upon what other programming is that you have done. So say in a day you're meeting him for only an hour. उसके बाद the 23 hours he's on his own. So the things that you tell him to follow, certain diet that you tell him to follow, certain regime that you tell him to follow, certain things that you make him understand the pre-workout meals, what are the things that he should eat, what are the things he should avoid. He'll only do it when he starts trusting you, right? अगर वो ऐसी हाँ ठीक है यार जो कुछ है I'll eat everything and I'll tell sir कि नहीं करना है, ऐसा नहीं होता है, right? Unless and until you have that faith, it is difficult. There are certain clients who will have so much faith in you that रात को अगर पार्टी में जा रहे हैं तो फोन लगाएंगे, बोले सर ये options है, what are the things that I can eat, please tell me, right? These are kind of clients that we want. It becomes a little easier to train them, easier to get to together. We can go to that fitness group, right? Then we have a functional range of motion. We have Tirasana, which is the sports yoga, Pilates on mat basics. We have plyometrics for agility and power, heart rate body suspension. We have the water fitness, aerobic endurance techniques. Again, first aid, CPR, first aid international UK. What are the things that you will have to do if there is a certain situation in the gym? अगर किसी को heart issue है, heart attack आया gym में, how do you tackle about it? Right? If there are clients with certain allergies and there is an attack, panic attack, or anything that is a thing there in the gym, how do you tackle them? Right? Different situations that you'll have to understand and then tackle in the gym. Not only in the gym, if you're working in a gym, but if you're training the client at home or in any gym or outdoors, what are the things that you have to be careful about? या कुछ अगर situation आता, how do you tackle is very important. Fitness assessment, testing and program development, client pre-assessment and client assessment, periodization of program development, mantra, which is the exercise psychology, personal training, business and image development, and online teaching practices. Again, as I said, there are about 1400 exercise videos library that we have, and once you enroll, you will have access to it. So once you start training, you can just select the exercise, understand this is the exercise, okay, video play karo, ye karo. YouTube पे भी है videos, but then a lot of things probably we won't understand. Certain things, I'll give you certain examples. Say for example, if I see Ronnie Coleman training, right? If I see him training, I'll see he's training chest with say 120, 130, 140, 200-pound dumbbells, huge dumbbells, right? When he's training, the range of motion he'll have is very little. Itna sahi range of motion is, right? So if you mimic that, अगर वो आप वो exercise video देख लिया, हाँ, उसके बाबा ये exercise करने से रॉनी का body बन गया. If you mimic that and you go to the gym and make your client do that exercise, it might or might not build the same amount of muscle that Ronnie Coleman is packed in. Can your client do a different variation of it, or the client can do a better way? As I discussed, he's just doing this, right? Exercise ka form. Now, why will you do only this, not the full range of motion? Is because the muscle size is big. The dumbbell ka size is big. Okay, the only way he can do the exercise is itna hi movement. But normally, if I'm say not using 200-pound dumbbell, but I'm using say 40-pound dumbbell with my client or 30-pound dumbbell, it's a normal small dumbbell that we have. Usme kya main full range of motion ja sakta hu? Is my chest size as big as Ronnie? No. So can I go down more? वो अगर और नीचे आ गया तो वो डंबल टच हो जाएगा. वही हो रहा है उसका, वो टच करके ऊपर लेके जा रहा है, उतना ही उसका रेंज ऑफ मोशन. Right? So certain things that we have to understand. We can't just watch each and everything which is there on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook and then start mimicking it for our client. Correct? Also, by knowing the stuff that we know, there'll be now the clients that are there, the clients that you will have are clients who are there on social media. Social media, there are a lot of influencers, fitness influencers, body transformation people. They'll have clips before, after 6 months, 2 months, 3 months, 1 month, this diet, that diet. So your client will also have a lot of information with them. So how do you understand which is the right information, which is not? Is once you start understanding a lot of things in a better way, in a scientific way. Only then you'll be able to make the difference. Right? So it's always suitable or advisable to understand things in a better way, not from a perspective of say a YouTube video or an Instagram post. Correct? Okay, so let's go ahead. Okay, students get learning resources. We will be emailed according to milestones, timetable and timely EMIs. 17 ebooks. Note, students will get soft copies. Due to COVID-19 infection risk, hard copies will be provided only at students' special request at the end of the course. E-notes via email, practice material, questionnaires, diet recall sheets, etc. via email. Nearly 1,400 exercises, video clips. Students will get soft copies of textbooks. Due to COVID-19 infection risk, hard copies will be provided only at students' special request. Webinars, MP4 video files via emails. PPT slide copies, like the one that we are doing, We have PPT slides for all the sessions that we'll be conducting online as well. So if you have missed some sessions, we'll have YouTube recordings too. So Zoom recordings we'll be uploading them on YouTube, and then the links will be given to you. So even if you miss certain lectures, you can go through it n number of times, understand the concept properly, and then do it. You'll have the PPT copies as well with you so that you can cross-reference them anytime that you want, right? Teaching in English and Hindi, students study support through webinars, WhatsApp group, and individuals. Free professional guidance after enrollment and certification. As I said, faculties are there. We'll be sharing our phone numbers too. So you need any information on how to go about things, certain things that you want to talk about, your clients or your fitness thing, which injury here, how do you go about tackling those injuries? You're welcome to a message, WhatsApp anytime so that we can understand and we can interact with you, right? So that is available with you as well. Okay, course duration, inappropriate number of hours of learning subject to individual academic policies and COVID-19 situation. Our course has more depth. Okay, in hours, we have total A plus B, which is your face-to-face classroom course, as well as self-study practice assessment, is about 275 hours. Okay, EREPS is about 280 hours. 218 for focus as IQL. They have certain when they give us accreditation, they have certain prerequisites. These are the things that we want. So we are trying to fulfill everything, all the prerequisites that are given to us. We have the face-to-face classroom online courses. We have the practical theory. We have the self-study practice assessments as well, right? So individually, it is there for each one. So for Gayo, completely the course that you are doing, we have around 565 hours of training time, so which is theory plus practical plus your self-assessment, everything that you're going to interact with us as well. So much hours are going to be there. So I think once you invest so many hours, I'm sure you'll be having a lot of knowledge. The thing that you crave for, the way we talk. Normally what happens is if the client is talking to us, certain times we are not very sure about certain things. Okay, if you're not certified, you're not very what do you say, you're not very confident of communicating with the client as well. If the client asks you this, then what? If the client asks you that, then what? Right? As I said, client get a lot of information now. Everything is available. Social media, everything is there. Right? But what they want from us for personal training is again the confidence, a skilled eye. Certain things, an app can tell me a certain form, how to do a certain form. A video can tell me how to do a certain form. But when I am doing it on my own, there should be someone to monitor if I'm doing it right. If I, as I said, if I have certain injury in my knee, what is the range of motion that I should do? That is the thing that we analyze and then tell the client. Don't go the full range of motion, go half range. Okay, let's go up. Certain things that we some clients work out at 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning. वो time पे कोई उठता भी नहीं है, and they're trying to train, so they need a personal trainer who is energetic at that time, who makes them come to gym at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the morning and train hard, right? So they want all that from us. So that is what we want to develop with this 565 hours of the course that we have designed. Right? And again, it doesn't end here. It doesn't end with this 565 hours. As I said, you will have access to the emails, you will have access to our phone numbers. So if you want to ask information about how do you go about certain things, if you want to work abroad, how do you want to go about it? If you want to do certain corporate work, how do you go about it? We'll be there to guide you. Right? Okay, let's go ahead. Certification and fees payable. Okay, let's go through it. Mandatory qualification. Mumbai University certification. Workshop certification. The course fee is 52,500, can be payable in 5 EMIs. If you want to go for Skill India as well, that's an additional charges for all those particular certificates. which are 4,500 for Skill India. For EREPS, which is the level 4, it is 5,000. Right? All these things, again, you can go through it and understand what is it. Also understand what is it that you need at this point of time. If you say don't need the Skill India thing, it's optional. You can just remove it. Right? Certain things, if you're not willing to do it right now, if you don't want to do it right now, you can just skip it. Correct? Okay. Also, just a second. Okay, for university, it rules that they need 50% attendance. So whatever hours that we are doing, you have to make sure that you are there for the 50% of the time physically. Baki ka jo part hai, 50%, as we said, will be giving you recordings too. So you can go through the recordings and make yourself at par with the classroom. Other things, practicals, again, we'll try and manage to make sure that everybody is there. If not, you can always, if there are batches happening otherwise as well after that batches, if you have skipped certain part, you can let us know. We'll let you know when are we covering that particular part. You can join us later to about it. We are trying to record each and every session as well after this, after now on, with respect to practicals as well. We'll try to stream it online for people who are not available or difficult to travel during the COVID times. So we are trying hard to make sure that everything is accessible to everyone around us and whoever are joining us for the certificate course, right? So we'll make sure that all the links and everything are given to you. Okay, enroll as per your budget. Mumbai University, Ccpft fee 52,500 for both modules 1 and 2. Options extra, which we have the other things that we have discussed. Gayo Fitness Trainer Level 2 Module 1 plus AST practical training. As I said, we have different workshops as well. So if you want to only enroll for those particular workshops, you have that option too. If you already have a certificate course and you don't want to go through it at this point of time, but have certain time frame, and then those things can help you. Like I said, for like the functional training course, you can come just for the workshop, attend the workshop, get your certificate course, and as I said, you can just go to different gyms. You want to take batches for functional training, that will help you do it. Correct? So these are the different options that are available to you. Okay, terms and conditions. Student eligibility. Minimum 10 plus 2 years of school education, which is mandatory. Again, given to us by the University of Mumbai. Students who have passed 10th but not 12th can do fitness trainer level 2 course, which is at 29,500. Must have working knowledge of English. If required, we will run English speaking class at extra fee. Again, we do not have to keep talking in English for a long duration of time. We are not giving a full lecture or a full essay allocation type, but certain things that we need to communicate with the client. Not if it's if it's an international certificate job, if it's a job abroad, you should know certain things. So you can start doing it. I'll help you too when I start training or taking my workshops and start taking my lectures. I'll let you know how do you go about doing things, how do you start learning it better, how do you start communicating from there and there itself, right? What are the things you should know and can speak in small sentences so that it appears that you're talking in English, right? Like certain things, like if you're training the client, keep your back straight. Itna say sentence hai wo, right? Keep your back straight. Keep breathing. Certain small things that I'll keep giving you information while we are training or while I'm teaching you. Must be physically and medically fit, because you just don't come to the class, practical training class, and see me doing or the others doing the exercise. You'll have to perform the exercise. I'll tell you the right forms. I'll tell you certain tweaks we should do. I'll tell you the things probably you must have not understood till now training in the gym till now. certain small things again, right? So we'll go through it. So you'll have to be physically and medically fit to perform the exercises. Preferred passion for fitness, sports, and passion for helping people. Physically challenged persons can apply if they have exposure to fitness or sport. Again, if you're doing it for the passion of it, for the passion of teaching, I'm a faculty since a long time now, but I make sure I have my personal trainings. I keep training clients. That is one passion that I've started from the first day. So I keep teaching clients. Once I finish this lecture, I am running off and going to my personal training. So again, I keep that on. Unless and until you have the passion, it is very difficult to keep doing it for a longer duration of time, right? Physically, before exams, attend and get certified in first aid and CPR with AED. We've already discussed. There are no discounts. Okay, certificates, courses, guided learning, classroom, webinars, and guided self-study, plus home practice and assignments. Everything we have discussed earlier. CCPFT certificates is issued by BPCA, University of Mumbai, to the students who attend the full course with minimum of 50% attendance in each of the guided learning sections and secure at least 50% in each of the sections of the examination and home assignments. Again, the exams are not very tough. If you just go through the course content that we will be teaching you, that is enough for you to come and give the exams and pass. Right? Books are there, but if you understand and listen to the class properly, you can just come to the exam and give the exam and pass. It is so easy. Secure at least 50%. Okay, have paid the full fee by and before the date of the final exam in theory and practical examination. Students will be awarded certification only on the basis of the basic milestone reached. So you will have your gradations as well according to the marks that you secure. Okay, let's go ahead. Blended CCPFT batch fee and enrollments. We've already seen the batch fees. If student pays full amount at one lump sum on or before day one of the CCPFT batch, there's a discount which is 2,000. Again, you can go through it. The fitness trainers, the minimum requirement, the fitness trainer level 2 course, which is a 29,500 payable again in 4 EMIs, 27,500 if you paid at lump sum. Okay, go through the numbers there. P is only if you have different modules. If you want to go through different modules, you've already seen. Okay, let's go ahead. Examination and passing grades. This batch will have 100% external assessment. Minimum passing is 50%, that is 500 out of 1,000. Phase A in course, practical home study assignment, maximum marks is 200. Theory, example, draw diagram of a heart and explain its parts and functions in your own handwriting, English, Hindi, right? The one which is given there. Practical, post in WhatsApp group. Please do not copy and paste. We store your post and will ask your questions during your Viva voice. Again, as we said, Viva, everything is important because your communication is also a major factor. Theory exam, 100 multiple choice questions, maximum marks are 100. As I said, if you attend the class, multiple choice are very easy. You can just sit and just know the answer. Theory, short MCQ exams in different theory subjects. Practical training workshops will end with online MCQ exams. The workshops that we're talking about, functional training, plyometrics. Phase B, course end, proctored exam, real-time in-classroom assessment, maximum marks are 100. Students will be assessed on basis of OSCE principle. Theory exam, 100 multiple choice questions, which are maximum marks are 200. Case study, maximum marks 200. Case studies are, say for example, if I'm given a client, he's a golfer or he's an athlete, how do I train him to make sure that he acquires the skill required, or fitness से उसका game कितना अच्छा हो जाएगा, if he has this particular thing. If he was obese and playing a game, and he's fit and playing the game, how do you go about it? What are the skill levels required? वो skill levels आप improve कैसे करेंगे with the fitness levels that Hira has right now. So उसका पूरा programming बनाओ 12 week का. That is a case study. So like a real client that is there in front of you, and you have to train the client. Practical training exam, peer teaching lessons, maximum marks are 100. Each students will pick at least 3 exercises from the case study, and then there is a Viva exam for that. So you have to explain. If say for example, if you have chosen squat, so squat ka form kaise karna hai? What are the muscles involved in squat? Or what is the alternate exercise for squat? If I have a certain client who can't say probably bend his knee too much, if he has an injury, how will you do the squat? Right? So certain things will have someone acting as a client, and then you'll have to train the client, asking about different situations right now, what is the fitness level, and then train him in front of us, and then we'll tell you the right and wrong things as well after the exam. Right? Okay, let's go ahead. Course examination results as per percentage, below 49.99, it's a fail, so 50% is passing. 50%, 50 to 54.99 is grade C, 55 to just below 60 is grade B, 60 to just below 70 is grade A, and 70 and above is your O, outstanding. Okay. As I said, if you understand, if you have the liking for the subject, if you have passion for sports and fitness, and attend the class properly, you can get your grade O. Easily you can get good grade O. It's that easy. So you just have to be attentive. You just have to understand the instructions given to you. You just have to go through the practicals that I'm teaching you, the different forms and everything, and you'll be able to understand. I'll be teaching you in such a way that it is you can finish and go home and start teaching a client the same exercise that we have just done. Right? It will be so simple. So make sure that you are attentive. Again, English nahi aati hai, ye nahi aati hai, don't worry about it. The way we'll teach you is such that you will understand it. The concepts will try teaching you in different languages. I know Hindi and Marathi, so I try teaching you. The other faculty who are there, they'll have their own expertise in languages as well. So they'll teach you in that way. But again, as I said, your English speaking, your English understanding has to be good too. That is a language that is spoken everywhere. Okay, certification, main certificate course that we have already seen with bear the EREPS logo, the University of Mumbai logo, level 4 certificate ka EREPS ka logo. EREPS certificate is separate and different, so that will have a different complete certificate. So if you're going abroad, you'll have a different EREPS certificate to show. Person attending individual workshops will be awarded participation certificates from Gayo, which is your functional training, plyometrics, everything. Faculty, dates, timings, and lectures, webinars, and workshops may change due to the reasons beyond control. We will revert to you full classroom teaching as soon as the lockdown, social distancing, and travel restrictions permit. Again, depending upon the current situation, there might be certain changes with the dates, but then we'll make sure that everything is covered for you. Even if there are certain things which are missing, or you couldn't do it because of your commitment, which was outside the dates that were there, as I said, you can always come back to the course, to the next course that we are doing, and ask us for that particular section that you have missed, and you can come on it. Renewals. Mumbai University Ccpft certificate is non-renewable. So once you do the certificate, there is no expiry date on it. Right? Most of the certificates will have 2 years and 3 years certificate expiry date. And say when you go to a manager, or if you go for a job, they see certificate of validity. Validity. It doesn't mean that you have forgotten everything that you have learned, but then that makes an impact. So the university certificate that we are providing, say if I've done my engineering certificate doesn't have validity on it. So these Mumbai University certificates won't have a validity. So it is, once you have done, it can be used and produced anywhere that you go. Recommended 30 CUs in every 3 years. Recommended in the sense you'll have to keep refreshing your knowledge. So you can, certain workshops we keep improving. So now we have, say for example, 5 or 10 workshops that we're doing. We'll still increase it to different kinds of workshop or different things that we keep including in it. So you will always have an opportunity to do certain new things in, say, 2 or 3 years. EREPS level 4 must be renewed every year, no CPDs. Again, as I said, international certificates, they have certain criteria. So EREPS ka level 4 has that every year renewable thing. UAE REPS to be renewed every year, but CPDs must be presented every 2 years. Skill India certificate is awarded subject to additional examination. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, how do we teach? Now, this is an example of an exercise that, as I said, we have certain exercises that are there. This is one of the exercises. I'll just play it. Again, these are negative sit-ups. Okay, so we'll have the full execution. How do you do about it? What is the eccentric contraction? What is the contraction? What is isometric contraction? So everything will teach you. Everything will teach you in an exercise. So kaise hai, kaise. Once you understand all these things in an exercise, it is very easy for you to change certain things in it according to your clientele, right? So certain courses or certain people learn things in a very wrong way. They understand कि squat ऐसे करना है या lunge ऐसे करना है. इसके आजू बाजू आपको कुछ नहीं सुनना है. ऐसे ही लंच करना है और ऐसे ही फॉर्म रखना चाहिए. फिर कोई भी हो, फिर वो हाउसवाइफ भी हो, फिर एक बॉडी बिल्डर भी हो, फिर एक स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन भी. That is not how it's supposed to be trained, right? We should know things कि हम लोग change कैसे करेंगे. We cannot be stubborn with exercises. The exercises that we select for a client has to benefit him more than to harm him, right? If you're stubborn with the exercises, नहीं नीचे ही जाना है, इतना ही weight उठाना है, you have to make sure that you squat, you do a complete deep squat. No, not necessary, right? So these certain things to understand, we have to understand the full exercise things. What are the repetitions? How are we supposed to do it? इसके लिए क्यों 15 repetition, उसके लिए क्यों 20 repetition, right? Or a certain power lifter के लिए क्यों मैं 3 to 5 repetitions में काम करूँगा? So we have to understand all these small scientific thing in an exercise, correct? That is how we'll approach our stuff. Okay, you must have seen again squat, excessive forward lean, आगे जा रहे, squat कर रहे, deadlift कर रहे, पता नहीं. Certain things, certain forms. Once things go bad, lower back issue है, चालू हो जाता है, knee issues चालू हो जाते हैं. So the exercise, as I said, is harming you more. So how do you correct the certain things? As I said, we'll be understanding, we'll be seeing you doing the form as well. Certain things that you wouldn't have realized training all this life, all this while in the gym. Okay, so certain things, kya hai, weak lower back hai, weak glutes hai, that's the reason you're not able to squat properly. All these things we'll understand. We'll understand how do you correct those things as well. Lower back issue hai, to kaise correct karenge, then we start doing it properly. Right? So all these things, that is how we'll take ahead each and every exercise. And then we understand how it caters to our client. Again, the squat forms, how we supposed to do it. It should look like a rhythm. When the forms are done right, it looks very beautiful. It looks rhythmic. Things, when certain things are not in sync, वो एकदम ऐसे लगता है कि there is a struggle when you're doing a particular exercise. It should look so easy that if, say for example, I'm doing the form body weight, हाँ easy है. 100 kilo डाल दूँ, easy है. That is how it's supposed to be. It has to look like a rhythm, very smooth. Again, we'll go through eccentric contraction, concentric contraction, कैसे करना है, क्या करना है, what are the corrections that you do. We'll go through everything while teaching the course. Yeah, let's go ahead. How to earn the international certificate for the process. Step 1, complete your Ccpft, the performance letter and workshop certificates. Step 2, take your time. Consider the situation outside India regarding lockdowns, economy, operational, financial conditions of the gym in the country, where you want to work. Do not be in a hurry. We hope that with God's grace, 2021 will be better. 21 done, 22 will be better. So that is how we decide. How do you go about किधर apply कर सकते हैं with this certificate? Where is that it is economical to start working with? रहना कैसे है, क्या है? So we'll guide you with all the process as well. Step 3, have you decided to work in India only, or only Ccpft is enough? UK, Europe, Ccpft plus EREPS is enough. Middle East and UAE, Ccpft plus your other certificates is important, the combination. Right? So that is how you go about things. And again, as I said, we'll be there to guide you with everything. Okay, that is the certificate, EREPS ka, which looks like. That's a sample certificate. Again, as I said, this the certificate for your EREPS will have an expiry date where it has been completed. Again, the European active president, the president card, you'll have a membership number. Again, if you have certain documents, easily you can just go ahead and change the name and everything. But again, all these membership numbers and all, they'll have access to your full stuff, the exams that you have written, everything that you have done during the course of EREPS. So everything there, even the comments of the examiner, the comments of the trainer who have trained you will be there. Right? So if you go abroad, they'll have information with this particular membership number with everything that you have done in India. Correct? Okay. Let's go ahead. That's the REPS UA certificate. Again, category A, personal trainer, they have their seal, everything is there. Again, the REPS ID is there. You'll know when your certificate is getting expired. So everything is there. You don't have to worry about it. It's just that you have first, as I said, the questions that they were asking is, do you want to work in India? Then select this certain exercise, select the course. If you want to go abroad with this course, this plus this combination is important. So select that particular, right? So first ask yourself what you want to do. Then take the decision of entering into it, course. And again, your commitment is important. Your passion is important. You have to understand that we'll teach you. But again, the way the class goes about it, the way the questions come, the knowledge that is being shared will keep changing as well. If I have a certain class who will keep asking me questions about this, that, how do you go about training such clients? How do you go about training? I have a client who has this problem. How do you train? If, say for example, someone asks me, I have a client with knee issue, बाकी सब ठीक है लेकिन knee issue है, how do you go about it? So मैं बता दूंगा, these are the things that you should do, the do's and don'ts in the exercises, the things that you have to make sure that the knee gets back to normal and then train like a normal client. Again, बाकी लोगों को वही information मिल जाएगी. So they'll have an outline how to train a client with knee issues. Certain student will ask me about low back issues. Again, while giving the information, again, you'll have a lot of information about it. So as I said, you people will also make the classroom go a certain way. We have a set pattern that will keep you teaching, set exercises that will keep you teaching. But then the questions that arises to us, while answering those questions, will cover a lot many other things as well. Okay, so you make sure that you have the information. You make sure that if you have a question, make sure you answer. Ask us and get the answers. Someone else get benefited from it. Correct? Okay. Not entered. Okay. Cool. Okay, that is it from my end. Any questions from you guys? Let me know. Anything that you guys want to ask, clarify? Again,
no, sir, to be honest, that was quite informative. Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome. Again, as I said, when we want to choose an exercise certified course, make sure of the accreditation, as I said, university logo, the things that we want on it. I have the card, but if I want to travel abroad, is that making me apply for the visa? Can I get a job abroad? That is very important. So ask yourself these questions first. Also, what are we based on? Are we just teaching you as a bodybuilder? No, we are teaching you as a science based exercise program. So that is very important, right? So all these things, make sure you understand. If there are any questions, I'll share my number as well. Okay, I'll share our website too. So if you have to go through the information, our website is gayofitnessacademy.com. Okay, so you can go through the information completely. I'll share my number. If you could just note it down: 98-191-07-604. My name is Ratnadeep. So if you have any questions regarding it, I might not be there available on the call most of the time because I'm training and traveling for my trainings and everything. You can just WhatsApp me any questions that you have, anything regarding this, anything that you want to clarify again. Okay. What you could also do is send me your email address on my number. I'll try and email you all the details like the PPTs and everything. If anything more information that you need regarding classroom dates and everything, all the information I'll let you know about it on WhatsApp or on your email, anything. Right? You can just state your name, tell me that you were there in the class, and then I'll guide you. Okay, guys. So we end anything, please get in touch with me. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, whatever you want to ask, please go ahead. I don't know, there was an echo and then just any questions, guys?
No, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, great.
Sir, can you give me your phone number again, sir? Can you repeat your phone number, sir?
The phone number, yes, 98-191-07-604. My name is Ratnadeep.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for attending.
Thank you for filling in, sir. Have a lovely day.
You too. Thank you so much.